here, so I need everyone to find a wall space. So the first thing we're gonna do is hands on the wall. Shoulder blades are gonna pack down, so nice and strong through here. And we're gonna do neck cars. So with the arms straight, everything tight, fold the chin to the chest. Then we're gonna trace the chin along the collarbone, rotating, coming back into a bit of extension. Think more about tucking the face than looking up at the ceiling. So that's one. We're gonna do two each direction. Make sure the shoulder blades don't creep up. And we're tucking the face at the back instead of looking up at the ceiling. That's two, reverse. Of course, breathing, belly breaths. Last circle, check in, make sure your shoulders aren't shrugging. Excellent. So for the next one, we're going to be in the same position. We're going to do some spine segmentation. So I want you one at a time to think about rolling your spine down, one segment at a time, kind of like envision in your head a pearl necklace. One vertebra folds forward with each second. So it's nice and tall. We're tucking the chin, rolling forward. One vertebra at a time is pushing backwards, just until we get to the tailbone. And then we're going to slowly come back up, replacing the vertebra one at a time. Finally tucking the chin, pulling the face away at the top. And again, tuck the chin. We're folding forward, arms are straight. One vertebra at a time. Really try and think about the vertebra you're trying to move. And we're gonna come back up, replacing those segments one at a time. Tucking the face at the top. Good. From here, we're going to shake the arms out a little bit. We grab a sip of coffee. Then we're going to get back on the wall. We're going to do some scap cars or scapula cars or shoulder blade cars. So hands are in the wall, on the wall rather, in front. And we're going to trace circles backwards with our shoulder blades. So starting by shrugging up, then pulling back, then driving down, then pushing forward. We're gonna do 4 each direction. If you're having trouble controlling the motion, go a little bit slower. Otherwise, that's 4. And we're gonna reverse. So this one's a little bit harder. Really try and pay attention to what you're doing. So we're rolling back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. 2 more. Good. Excellent. So now we are going to come on to into a half kneeling position. So find that wall space still. Inside arm is actually going to be pushing against the wall. We're going to do shoulder cars here. So if you need something for under your knee, like a pillow or cushion, feel free to grab that. Otherwise, we're going to get started. So push the arm into the wall. Other palm is open. Ribs are tucked down. Coming into max flexion here, and then facing the palm away, reaching back and rotating, not letting our torsos twist. And again, forwards, rep 2, keep that elbow locked out at all times. That is 2, we're now gonna reverse. So thumb goes straight back, nice tall spine, tuck the ribs down. Then we're wrapping up and over that arm. Last one. Arm comes back, palm opens out, straight elbow. Coming back to our starting position. Good, since we are here, we're gonna put our hands on our shoulders and we're gonna do a little bit more spine mobility. So, we're gonna side bend. So I want you to tuck your ear to your shoulder. We're gonna keep the opposite hip on the wall. And you're tipping over, side bending. Try not to rotate, and then we're gonna come back up. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Giving yourself a great big hug. Push the foot into the floor and side bend. Come back up. Again, that opposite hip is on the wall. Last one, ear to shoulder. And side bending. Come back up. Good, we'll give that knee a rest, switching sides. Shoulder CARs, then side bend. So again, opposite shoulder, opposite arms on the wall. Tuck the ribs down, brace the belly, and open palm comes up, straight elbow. Then we're facing away without twisting the torso, trying to rotate exclusively from the shoulder joint. That's 1, doing 2 each direction. If this is too hard on your knees, feel free to do normal standing shoulder CARs today. And that's 2. Now we're gonna reverse, so thumb behind, arms straight back, proud chest. Then wrapping the arm up and over. Good, check in, make sure your core is solid, ribs are down. Last wrap. Good, now giving ourselves a hug. Make sure the opposite hip is pushed into the wall. Ribs are tucked down. And we're gonna side bend 3 times, so ear to shoulder. And then side bending away from the wall. Do not lose contact with the hip and the wall. Come back up. 2 more, ear to shoulder, side bend away. Come back up. Last one, ear to shoulder, side bending over the outside hip, and coming back up. Excellent. 1 more coffee break here. Just a little bit of a hip swivel. So standing with your feet just outside shoulder width, like we're hula hooping, slow motion. So just gonna get things moving first and then I'll coach you guys through it. And then we're reversing, switching directions. Try to keep the knees straight or locked out. Okay, we're gonna make it a little bit harder. So we're gonna imagine pulling the ribs down, tucking the tail or flattening the low back. Hold that at all times as you move through the motion. So it's gonna be a much smaller circle. I want you to really try and press through at the front. Keep the belly tight, keep the tail tucked. Okay, we're doing 5 each direction. That's 5. Now switching sides. Last one. And 5. Good. I said we were going to finish there, but we are going to do one more. Let's bring you guys down here. Okay, so finding the floor space. We're going to tuck the toes under and pop the bum up into the air. We're going to pedal through the feet. Nice and slow. If your wrists or elbows or shoulders are bothering you with this, you can do it standing with your elbows on the back of the couch or on the counter. Good. From here, we're going to sweep the left foot up, bring it into a lunge, so it's outside of the left hand. And then that left hand is going to reach up. We're going to let the hips press towards the ground, looking up at the hand. Then that left hand comes back down inside the foot, tuck the back toe, hips come up, and we're going to switch sides. So now the right leg comes up, sweeping through to the outside of the right hand. And then we're opening up with the right hand, looking up at the ceiling, elongating the spine, pushing the hips down. We're going to do one more each side. So hand comes down, back toe is tucked, coming up into this position. Left leg sweeps through into our lunge. Spine twist, looking up. Hand comes back down. So we've got one more on that right side. Looking up at the right hand. Good, we'll finish in that downward dog with some foot pedals.